Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm your friendly neighborhood Hookahologist, also known as Tommy Atomic Rodriguez. How's everyone doing? We got another video for you guys today, another live video. Thank God for this computer. I love it. And what are we talking about? Well, if you read the description, we know we are talking about the Leviathan, from the new flavor from Tangiers. This is the second flavor I bought. I bought two of them. I bought Cherry Limeade, that you guys saw my last video on, and now I have Leviathan. This is another one of those flavors that are just one of those long day kind of flavors. After a long day of being in the office, this is the flavor you want to smoke. I'm smoking out of my Sayoka hookah. Is off screen, obviously, as it usually is. Don't have a table to have it on here, or else I would show you. And I'm using the Alpaca OG purple and black bowl. Love this bowl. New bowl for my Tangiers. And I've been having a tough time smoking Tangiers at home. I don't know why, but I think I may be hacking it wrong or something. But when I go to the Red Room Hookah Lounge in San Jose, if you're from the Bay Area and you're in the San Jose area, that is a hookah lounge you should try, because it's one of the few in this area that actually serves Tangiers. If not, maybe one of two. I think I have to double check on that. But I bought this too. Let me show you. I bought an apple on top bowl from my old work because I was in the area and I wanted the screen. So I solely bought this for the screen. So I'm probably never going to use this bowl. Sorry, it's safe. It didn't break. It's silicone, so it's not going to break. I'm using 3 Cocoa Earth cubed coals in the little Provost tray here. And it's actually a smart way to smoke Tangiers because of the fact that if you're not familiar with Tangiers, Tangiers is a very heat-sensitive flavor. You usually would want to use flats for this kind of flavor, or in this brand in general, right? That way you can Stonehenge them, you put them on the top instead of it being flat. They're like this, right? So this is actually a smart way to smoke Tangiers, or with any kind of heat management device, whether it's a Phoenix or a Lotus, right? So I use this at the lounge, and it's always an enjoyable time. So I thought, well, duh, Tommy, why don't you just do this at home, because it's a smart way of going. So here I am with a Provost tray, and now I'm able to smoke Tangiers. This is the first time I've smoked it at home with it, but I know it's a solid method to use. So let's talk about Leviathan. Leviathan is a very earthy flavor, I want to say. It's a lot of earth tones to it, from my perspective at least. I'm tasting a lot of, I smell sage, and I was actually scared when I first opened it up and put it in the Tupperware. I smelled it, I was like, my friend Will looked at me, he's like, oh my God, I can't wait to smoke this. It scares you. And if something scares you, Mr. Hookahologist, then I am ready to quote unquote die. That's what he said. He gave me a lot of fun facts about Leviathan. It's one of the 7 princes of hell. It's a Greek mythology, like a giant serpent, so on and so forth. They gave me a couple of good examples of what it is. And it's such a interesting flavor name, and it tastes really well. It's a little minty, so it's not my cup of tea because I'm not a big mint fan, but I do enjoy mint every once in a while, like lemon mint. Leviathan is another one that I tried. So I can taste the mint, and it's like a lavenderish mint, like lavender mint. My sister says I look a little bougie now, because one day I'm like, hey, you need to try these lavender mint. She's like, oh my God, you're bougie. The car business changed you. And I told her she's crazy, but so on. But yes, this is a very earthy flavor. I really do enjoy it. And it's a very interesting flavor to smoke, because it's not something I'm very used to. I mean, the closest thing I get to this kind of flavor is Green Savior from Star Wars' Bold line. Green and Purple Savior kind of remind me of Leviathan a little bit. Now, Tangiers is a dark leaf flavor, and you've heard me talk about dark leaves before when it was Azure mango cheesecake. There is the Leviathan, Fallen Dragon from Alpha Comma, and Cherry Limeade. And what else have I tried? I've tried Tangiers Lemon Mint, and I've tried Tangiers Foreplay on Peach and Little Purple Candy. So all of those flavors are super good. So what sets this one aside from all these other flavors is the fact that it's not something you're used to. It's not super, potent flavor. It's a very subtle taste to it. So as I inhale, it's a nice relaxing feel. Like I can just kick back and relax while smoking this. This is a flavor I can sit down and watch a movie with, or sit down and just kind of do work with, and not and this is a flavor I can enjoy by myself. This is a flavor I don't want to share with my friends because I want to smoke this all to me. And this is after, like I said, after a long day, like this is a flavor I want to smoke for myself. As we can see, the clouds are pretty good. I got to switch off the 2 coals again because, I only use 3 coals to get it started. I don't need 3 coals the entire time. I can have 2 coals on this. Let me clear it a little bit. 2 coals is pretty much all I need to get this flavor going after it's been initiated. And always, from my point of view, the first 10 to 15 minutes are always the hardest time to smoke Tangiers because depending on the coals, it could just be me, but it always seems like the first 15 to 20 minutes are always the hardest to smoke Tangiers. It's not something you can just inhale and just exhale like with giant flows. This is one of those flavors you need to kind of take your time with. It's something that's like super not, what's the word? What's the right verbiage to use here? It's one of those flavors you can just relax with. Like in one of those brands you can relax with. I keep saying flavor, but you get what I'm saying. This is a brand that you have to take your time and kind of really pack well and kind of understand it a little bit, because if you just go balls deep into it, you're gonna end up, making your lungs not feel very good, and no one wants that. Because right now that I have the 2 coals on there, it's not as strong. With three flats, I would probably be okay. With 3 cubes, it's probably not a smart idea. But this is one of those brands that you can just kind of relax and just not have to worry about it so much. Personally, I do really enjoy this flavor. I'm trying to find the right words to put it. I've been nervous about doing this video all day because I haven't been doing this as well as before. I had time to rehearse and time to do stuff when I was doing everything on my phone. So doing a live video is also a little summer resort. Chris Delglidio. I can't pronounce your last name. Chris, how are we doing? The #1 fan for the Hookaholigst channel. How are we doing? Summer resort, tell me about that. Is it good? Is it something I need to pick up for myself? Because I've been thinking about other Tangiers flavors I should pick up soon. I'm hearing mixed flavors about it. Mixed opinions. What do you think? I trust your opinion. Chris, if anyone who doesn't know Chris, you should go add him on Facebook and everything, because he is such a dope guy. I feel really bad because I still haven't made him a shirt, and I feel like I failed him as my #1 fan, and I'm sorry about that. It's very great, and it's a tropical mix. Oh, okay, I do enjoy tropical mix. I was a real big fan of... Oh, there's my refrigerator now. Web do a... Caribbean Nice. That was actually a really good flavor I enjoyed from Eternal Smoke. Are we really that far away from each other? You know what's crazy about California? Like, everything's super close, but to get to each place, it's like an hour and a half drive. For me to get to San Francisco, it's an hour, 2 hours, easy. Chris, we need to find a time to figure out when we're going to hang out with each other, because, dude, we need to kick it. What? You're in Fresno? No flipping way. You know what? My sister goes to school in Fresno State, so I'm gonna make a trip to go see her, and then we're just gonna go smoke. You know what? You're in Fresno. I don't know if you go to hookah lounges too often, but if you haven't, go to DLX Hookah Lounge. He is the guy, the owner of DLX Hookah Lounge, is such a chill dude. I got to talk with him the last time I was there when I was dropping off my sister. And if I knew you lived out there, I would have fucking told you to come out with me, man. That's crazy. I went there like probably 3 months ago. Just got a late night smoke. I'm like, fuck it. That's hilarious. So there's that. Chris is the #1 fan. He is my #1 fan. Next time, man, I was probably working. That's probably right. But you know what? Next time I'm going out there, I'm going to hit you up because we got to smoke together. That is something we need to do. Back to this flavor. Back to what we're talking about today. The Leviathan flavor. I am actually super stoked. I got this hitting really well. I like the idea that I finally got the Provost tray to work with me. So it's not as bad as I've been smoking Tangiers. I can smoke Tangiers for hours, quite honestly, and I love it. Now I'm down to my last 6 coals, these 3, and then I have 1 more bowl. So I think I'm gonna smoke tomorrow if I don't go buy more coals. The more I smoked this, the more I fell in love with it. At first, I wasn't a big fan of Leviathan. It's like those songs on the radio, the ones you really can't stand, and then the more you listen to it, it just kind of gets to you. This is how I feel about this flavor. We had a love-hate relationship for the first like 4 bowls. Now that we're on our 7th to 8th bowl now, me and Leviathan get along fantastic. So this is a flavor you should definitely pick up. I recommend it highly. So let's get the flavor profile and then inhale and exhale. That's probably what we should do next. That's a smart idea. Now on the inhale, we do get that real minty, cool flavor. Like that mint just kind of cools everything down as we smoke. And I have a feeling this would be a great mix with something. I just don't know. Maybe I should mix cherry limeade with Leviathan. I think that might just be a perfect mix. A great 50-50 bowl should be fantastic. I'm going to try that probably tomorrow because, I like to experiment with things because that's what we do here. We experiment. Now, if you heard me talk about this before, we have something called an experimental pack. At the House of Hookahology, we have the experimental pack, the pack we use when we don't know how to pack a flavor just yet. So now I got this at probably a dense pack. We're dense packing it now, and I found a way to tweak it a little bit so it's not killing me, right? So that's also a really fun thing. We tried the experimental pack, then we moved up to the second phase, which is fluff pack, right? Didn't really work in a fluff pack, so now we're on a dense pack on our 3rd try. The 3rd time I've tried dense packing this, and it's come out really good. Like Tangiers is a brand you need to practice with. It's not something you can get like that. Maybe it's just me. I know a lot of people like to experiment with the packing a little bit of Tangiers and everything else, but dense packing seems to be the best method to do with this flavor or this brand in general. So now that we got on the inhale, let's try the exhale and talk about that a little bit. On the exhale, we do lose the mint flavor as it's exhaling out of your body. Like I don't taste the mint so much. I taste it more on the inhale when I'm enjoying it, but I really can taste that lavender a lot too. Like the mint's not super overpowering, but I'm shaking the table too much. The exhale, you get the mix of lavender and mint. The mint is kind of toned down as you exhale, but the lavender still stays there, which leads for a very enjoyable time and very well-rounded smoke, in my personal opinion. Man, I can go on and on about how much I love this flavor, but on a scale of 1 to 10, I have to give this an 8, a 9, actually. I think I gave cherry limeade an 8 because I mispacked it one day, but this set stands at a very solid 8 standpoint. 8, 9, 9, 9. Sorry, I keep saying 8, but we're on a 9. Leviathan hits a 9 out of 10 on the Hookaholigst scale, which is a highly recommended flavor. There's not too many flavors I don't like or I haven't tried for the channel. One day I might just get something. But let me know in the comment section or even the chat which flavors I should get next. This is something I really should do a little bit more. Hear what you guys have to say, what I should try. Because I'm a creature of habit. I order the same stuff all the time, and I very rarely get other stuff. I'm still not even done with all of my eternal smoke that I've gone through. So I'm still on a couple of bowls of that. But for right now, Leviathan is at a 9 out of 10. Highly recommended. You can pick up Leviathan from a lot of different vendors. I got mine from Hookah Junkie. So you can find it at www.hookahjunkie.com. On the Tangiers section, it's highly recommended. One of the 10 new flavors? Maybe less. These are one of the new flavors that came out. Summer Resort, Cherry Limeade, or just some of the chocolate mints. Those are just some of the flavors that just came out. Let me know what you guys liked and if you tried Leviathan and what your personal thoughts about the flavor were. So that's all I pretty much have for you guys today. So until next time, guys, keep smoking. It's super awkward sometimes.